I'm Dara Dietz and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be talking about making fresh herbal teas. And in the past, and this still works, the best way if you want to make a large amount at one time, you would use 1¼ cups of your fresh teas and you would add it into your big pot with a gallon of distilled water. So that would be, then you leave it on the stove, you let it set and soak overnight. In the morning you turn it up to the point of boiling, then just let it steep in it. You turn the heat off and let it steep in its hot self for about 15-20 minutes and it should be ready to drink. Okay? That is the traditional way. It takes all night, and if by some chance you forgot to set it out, you pretty much have to wonder if your tea is going to be strong. Well, today we're going to talk about a way to make tea so that we can make it on demand, 1 cup at a time. All right. First off, if we are going to make an instant tea using the kidney bladder formula or the detox formula of teas, and you can easily tell the difference between the two. This is the kidney bladder. It's more pepperminty. When you smell the detox, you smell that clove in there and the cinnamon. So it's really easy to tell the difference, but you'll still probably want to write it on your bags. So the first thing that we need to do when we are going to use these teas on demand to make an instant tea is you got to grind them. We're going to take the cut and sifted herbs that are already mixed. We're going to add them to the bullet. That is the kidney bladder. And they grind really well. I would not fill this up all the way. It makes it a little difficult, but and plus you want to keep it in this form until you're pretty much ready to use it. So you can grind for about a week at a time and then keep it in the freezer so that it holds its enzymes and you don't lose the value of the tea. The more you grind it up, the quicker the enzymes will dissipate. And that's all there is to it. Look how beautiful that is. Now what you have is a powdered tea. This can be added to a tea ball if you like to use your tea balls. It can also be used in a tea bag. The empty tea bags that you can buy and fill. But what I like to do with them, and this is really easy, is I might as well do the detox tea while we're here at it. Yeah, it's definitely detox. You just put it in the container. And I keep mine in the freezer and just take them out as I'm ready to use them. All right, there we go. So we have some freshly ground detox and some freshly ground kidney bladder tea. Detox smells so good. Nice clove. Like I said, you can use a tea ball. You can put this fresh ground into an empty tea bag and use unfilled tea bags. Or you can do my favorite, which is I like the coffee pots. This one is the Hamilton Beach, and it's called the Scoop. And it makes 1 cup at a time. It has two filters that you're actually going to be putting it into. Okay. And what you're going to do for using the Hamilton Beach, which is my favorite, is, though I do use the other one upstairs because I use the Kager upstairs, and I'll show you how to use that one in a minute. This is called Easy Scoop, and I found it on Amazon. It works really well. I fill this up, well, for the Hamilton Beach, you can fill it up pretty much all the way. You close that over, and then it just pours in here without making a mess. Otherwise, you carry that tablespoon over, put it in, you got herbs all over the place. All right, you just stick that into the machine. And what I love about this one is it actually has a bowl setting. It has an 8-ounce cup, a 14-ounce cup, and a bowl. The bowl puts the hot water through the tea and holds it there for a few minutes. So halfway through the brewing, it seems like it stopped, but it hasn't. It's just soaking into the herbs more, and you actually get a really strong cup out. You just put it on there, push brew, and you're going to get a nice, strong, fresh cup of tea whenever you want it, and it comes out really nice and hot. Okay, my second one is the Kegor. Now this coffee pot does single serving portions just like the Scoop does, but it uses pods. And you would put in one of these empty, you can get these refillable empty pods. My favorite is this metal one. I went and got a bunch of them off Amazon. And I like this metal one the best. It takes the emptying out better than almost anything else. After it brews, you're going to take a teaspoon and just put it around in here and pull it all out, dump it in the trash, and then rinse this out. And it seems to take it better. These two other ones, and they do work. They're not bad. They have a mesh in here, which I'm thinking, I haven't used it to the point of this happening, but I'm thinking that after so many scrapes and clean outs that the mesh is going to wear out. But they all work. One's purple, one's black. But this is my favorite, the metal, and it's 2 pieces. For this, when you're going to use it to make your tea, the thing that you need to remember is not to overfill the cup because the water won't be able to cycle through. So we're going to put a little bit of KB in here. And I don't know if you can see this well, but I'm only filling this up about 2/3 the way up. Not all the way up. I think it could probably take just a little bit more than that. Let me do this again. Okay. All right. As you can see, this is not being filled up all the way. If you overfill this, the water will not be able to cycle because this stuff is going to swell up. And then the water won't cycle, it won't get a pathway through to brew. All right, so go ahead and about 2/3 of the way up is good. You can see this in here. It's not up, it's down to about here on the cup. Down just a little bit on the cup, which should give it room to expand and the water to actually get through. All right, you put this into the machine just like you would a regular. My husband brought the camera around so that you all can see the front. This is the Scoop, Hamilton Beach Scoop. As you see in here, it makes a pathway. You don't want to overfill this cup. So it needs to make a pathway so that it can drain it through. This is the finished tea. I don't know if you can see the color, but it is definitely nice and strong. That is definitely good detox tea. Nice and strong. All right, what I'm going to do in here using the Kegor is I am adding the kidney bladder tea. As you see in here, this is not that full. It needs to be able to swell up and still make a scoop down the middle of it. All right, you just put that in there and then you would push 12 ounces. And I normally run this through twice in this machine. I actually will make myself a really big cup, and I just put it through 2 times when I use this machine. As you can see, this is a way to make an instant cup of herbal teas. You can use any tea mix, any herbs that you want. You just need to make sure that they're ground up. Using cut and sifted herbs, they're too big. So you take the regular tea mix, you put it through the blender, grind it down, and then you want to make sure that you don't overfill your scoops. The cups, if you use the Kagor, these need to be about 2/3 full. Kidney bladder is just about done here. I put it through just 1 time here. Let's see what we're gonna get out of this. Oh, that's nice and strong. You can see how dark it is here. It's got really good color. Really good flavor. Very, very strong, very good. But like I said, often I'll go ahead and put it through twice just to get a bigger cup of tea. The herbs will make twice. And so I'll use my biggest tea mugs and make a double batch coming through into 1 cup. The detox tea is delicious this way. And you get 1 cup at a time. So that is a way that you can use any herbal teas that you like. And the scoop is my favorite. I find that with the Kagor, if I just accidentally overfill this cup a little bit too much, nothing comes through. It's like you get maybe 2 or 3 ounces in the bottom and you got to go scrape it out and start over. It won't, once it fills up and swells up too much, it won't do even if you take some out, because it's swollen up and it blocked the passage out the bottom. So just enjoy, use your teas. These teas are wonderful. The detox tea is a liver stimulant, which will stimulate the liver and help it work better. The kidney bladder tea is excellent food for the renal system, the kidneys. When you make this, go ahead and add a teaspoon of, a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of the kidney bladder formula into the tea, and it will be exactly what it needs to be. All right, you guys take care, and we will meet again. Check out my blog. It's daradietz.me. Take care, and you all have a wonderful week.